All right, so I wanted to take the time to talk about King of Fighters 13 on the PS3. I've been playing this a little bit lately. I almost beat it last night on the live stream. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Maybe check out that stream. You just see I got kind of all the way to the end and then died on the final boss. Um, this game's really, really fun. I'm gonna pull up some gameplay footage to kind of talk about while I am watching this, so you can I can kind of follow along. If I lose track of what I'm talking about, I can kind of see where I was while I was playing the footage. But yeah, anyways, you get to select 3 characters to fight with and to use, which when I began playing fighting games, King of Fighters series, besides Garo, Mark of the Wolves, really stressed me out because I felt like I couldn't same with Marvel vs. Capcom. Those characters attracted me to it, but I just felt like there was too much for me to handle when I had to learn three fighters moves and attacks and specials. And so it's taken me a while, probably around 5 years, to really start to feel comfortable with having multiple characters at like your disposal throughout a match. Or yeah, just there's rounds. So the round, if I lose, I get another character. If he loses, he gets another character. So there's a lot of rounds actually when you start to think about it. There's up to 6 or 5, I guess, in that last one. But as I've been playing more Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and understanding how certain fighters work and how the special moves work over time and being more comfortable with them, and being comfortable with Terry, because every time I play a King of Fighters game I use him too, so it's like, alright, I feel that this game is really, really good. So King of Fighters 13 I own on the 360, and I played it a little bit when I was first starting to collect for the 360 because I heard that this game was super amazing. And I just kind of put it down because I didn't feel that I understood the mechanics enough. So when you select the 3 characters, you go in, and there's like a little dialogue between each character at the beginning of the fight. And I really enjoy that. They're not like, it's not voice acted, but you kind of read, and it adds a little bit of spice and a little bit of a pause to the game. So it's not just always, because you can kind of sit on that screen for a little bit. And as I was live streaming, I kind of like paid attention to the fact that I could like take a second, take a sip, and kind of, wipe my hands off because I get sweaty when I play this stuff. And it feels like the timing and the pacing is nice in this game. And then they have the little dialogue that comes up in between each match, and I've played this game through almost twice, and I haven't seen the same type of dialogue. Like, I think there's multiple, things that they say to each other. So it's pretty interesting to see that they have that much dialogue opportunities in this game. And the round lengths seem to be good. That's something that I look for when I play fighting games, is if I'm running out of time a lot. Like, so right here, it's 60 seconds. So each round has 60 seconds. That seems to be fair enough. It doesn't seem that I'm ever reaching the point where I'm running out of time fighting these characters. So that's really good. I like that. The damage output is fair. It's right in the sweet spot, I think, where there are some people who can do a lot more damage. Terry does consistent damage. He can do with his specials, he can do a lot of damage at once, but you're never taking away somebody's half a health or 3/4 of a health during one thing. It doesn't feel too much, and it doesn't feel too little, like you're chipping away and then you would run out of time because, you didn't do enough damage each time you were hitting them. So the flow is nice, the gameplay balance is nice, the damage is nice, the time is nice. It's all nice. The score that they give you at the end of the round adds to the replayability and to the feeling that you're doing good in this game. The level designs are beautiful. They're hilarious too. I was dying on the stream that I was doing where it's in Paris and there's just these chunkers everywhere in the background. And then like this one specifically where they're like in the UK, right? and there's just people out in the bus, just jam-packed watching this fight. Like, this one's pretty, it's beautiful, there's layers to it, there's depth to it, it looks nice, and then the you know, the characters fighting in the front of it, it just adds to the ambiance of this. This game is beautiful. I think it's only running at 720p also, so it's like this, it looks amazing for what it is. I enjoy this game, I enjoy the soundtrack, I enjoy the visuals of the, you know, the special effects, how the fire effects specifically are really interesting. I think it was that guy that just went down. He has some like fire moves, and it just, and Mai, she has fire moves also, and it just kind of like pixelates, and it looks really good. So the special effects are pretty, they're cool, they're unique to each character. There's a lot of characters, and I used to get kind of stressed out playing fighting games and playing King of Fighters games because there were so many characters and they have so many different moves, and it's like, I prefer a smaller roster. And in the scheme of things, I think this game only has probably around 20 characters, so it's not that many characters. It's just, when you're starting out in fighting games, you're gonna be, unless you're really attracted to the source material, you're gonna be kind of put off by something like that, like a large roster with 3 characters at once, for the most part. But the level design, the audio, the special effects, the sound effects, it all comes together so nicely, and it just seems like this game is a great jumping off point for somebody who wants to start out with fighting games. It is deep, the mechanics are deep, the difficulty is, it's King of Fighters. I mean, it seems like midway through there's always, with all the King of Fighters games that I've played, it seems like there's a single point where just the difficulty spike happens, and then if you get through it, it kind of evens out again, and then it happens like at the final boss, it's super hard. But like, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's the movement, having the ability to dodge, he can roll also, so he can sidestep, he can roll, he can do movement options, he can grab, which it took me a little while to figure out his grabs, and then he has his specials, but I think there's a lot of specials, because there's the power move that you can use using like 1 bar of your special, and then there's another one that I found where he uses all of them, and it's like, it's not like Marvel vs. Capcom where you can substitute people in on the fly. It's like per round base, so it's nice. And then they give you like a tiny bit of health when you win with that character, so you're not like starting out with 0 health, so it's fun. Each battle or whatever, you get to select which characters in order, which ones you want them to come out. So I always just press start, but the way I selected it, I just like to have Terry first. Maybe on the final boss I'd probably switch it up so I could get familiar with the boss and then have my best character be, you know, last or whatever. So the dialogue, you get to choose your thing, go in. The stages are hilarious, like these guys back here with their teeth like sticking out, a big guy over here punching, he's like, yeah, little kids in the background, some dude getting drunk. Like, there's a lot of designs in here. A little animal, I think that's an animal. Oh, I think that's a human, I don't know. There is depth to these stages, and sitting back and kind of watching it while the gameplay is playing, for me to kind of pay attention to see it, it really makes me appreciate the visual quality of this game, the content that, and the time and effort that they put in to making the ambiance and the atmosphere. Because it's like, you could just put, you know, this guy, and then you don't have these people back there, so it's just like a city, but it's like this event that they're showing, you know, King of Fighters, they have all these people back here super engaged in it. It's like boxing, you know, you get all these people, or UFC, right? That's what this is like showing me, that it's, but it's like also Street Fighter, because it's out in the street where we're not in a tournament right now. They are in a tournament, but they're not in a tournament setting until later. There's an actual like stage, there's a couple stages that they're actually like little tournament things. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna run on too long. I'll probably let the gameplay play out, because just so there's another level, because I go to another level and then you actually get to see May because I actually lose with Terry, because this entire video I haven't lost with him at all. But yeah, the beginning of the game, super slow. Or it's not super slow, it's very welcoming to new players. So like it gets you warmed up. Like the first 2-3 matches, they're getting you like warmed up. And that's how I've noticed over time with getting more familiar with fighting video games. It's like I prefer having these first couple matches get me into it, get me feeling like the AI, it's the computer's not too difficult. He's letting me kind of, make a couple mistakes. He'll punish me a little bit, but not into a combo that will take all of my health. So it's like, I really feel that the way that King of Fighters 13 presents itself and allows you to flow through the game and settle you into kind of a rhythm. So here's May. It really feels well designed, well balanced, well scripted, well the dialogue, the characters. There's a lot of characters. There's so many characters, but it's not too many. It's not like 70 characters, it's like 20. So you see some of the same ones, you get familiar with them relatively quickly. Not like if there was like 10 characters, you get familiar really, really fast. But this, it seems like there's enough, and they're kind of stingy with some of the anti-airs that I noticed in this game, where it's like I don't really have anti-airs available to me, so they can jump in on me. But then there are characters that do have that, but it's not like each Shoto, like in Street Fighter, they have the Dragon Punch. They'll give you a Shoto, but they're not giving you the Dragon Punch on every character. Some of them might have it, but then he doesn't have that, like the backwards kick, or like the spinning kick. So I don't know, it's really interesting. It's a beautiful game. I definitely recommend it. King of Fighters 13, PS3. I own it on the 360. It's fun. Thanks for tuning in.